One time, I was having a medical procedure done, and this said medical procedure was a little bit invasive, but it really wasn't too bad. So, I'm sure you guys have had like a CAT scan or an MRI, one of any of y'all before. I have to have them a lot, and one time I had one, and it was my first time getting it like this. I had to have what was called contrast. There had to be a contrast. So, what contrast does is they hook you up to an IV, and you get shoved into the machine, and they tell you not to move. And in the IV, they're pumping this colored dye into your body, so that whoever's looking at the screen, like the pictures they're taking of your body, they can identify versus like what they're looking for versus the stuff they're not looking for using the dye. You know, I'm not a doctor by any means, so that's all layman's terms. But yeah, they pump the dye into you so that they can or assess your situation. So that's that. So I'm laying there getting this stuff pumped into my veins, and the nurse tells me, she says, "Hey, you know, there's this weird sensation that happens when you have this procedure done. The contrast, it's going to make you feel as if you're peeing, but you're not. It just is a warm, spreading sensation exactly in that region that happens just as the contrast is put into your system." So I was kind of like, what? She said, yeah, so you're not peeing yourself, but you are gonna feel like you're peeing yourself. I said, okay, I'm prepared. Thank you for telling me. So I kind of just took it with a grain of salt. And I said, thirst pun intended. I took it with a grain of salt, and I was like, whatever, you know, it's not gonna be that bad. And sure enough, it was she warned me for a reason. I was laying there, and I just feel this sensation start spreading from just like my pelvis, just like all over my like inner thighs and just like below, and it was just such a weird radiating sensation. And honestly, I loved it. I ate up every second of it. I thought it was fantastic because I'm used to having pain, so having that done was phenomenal. I was like, you're telling me that I can get rid of some pain to just feel like I'm peeing myself? This is phenomenal. So when I was laying there, they asked if I was doing okay, and I actually gave a thumbs up and said, could you put more contrast dye in? And they said, what? And I said, yeah, I really enjoyed the way it felt, so could you just maybe put a little more in? I mean, unless you're already done. And the doctor laughed so hard, and he said, you are the only one to have ever asked me to put more in. Like, yeah, it's not dangerous, I'll do it. I said, yeah, thank you. And so he pumped more in me, and I had the sensation that I was peeing myself all over again. And I was like, wow. But it wasn't actually peeing myself, it was just the feeling. I just wanted to do it to comprehend it again. I know it sounds a little weird. It's not a kink, I promise. But it was very fun, very interesting, and I would have it done again because that feeling was just unparalleled to any other feeling I'd have. So I recommend it. You have to have an MRI or CAT scan or whatever done with contrast. Be prepared. It's going to be weird, but it's going to be a good time. At least it was for me.